everyone, and welcome back to Geekin' Out. And I'm pretty sure under the Geek Dictionary, under the term slacker, you will find my face. It has been a very exciting and busy year, and I'm just coming full circle now back to about spring, summertime of the next year. And I realize you guys haven't heard from me in a while. There is a distinct reason for that. My job has gotten a little bit more involved, and I've had a lot of time to take care of other things, but every time I sit down to try and record something, I might get halfway through it, maybe not pleased with it, or I'm beating myself up over it, and I shouldn't. So I apologize. Anyway, what's been happening? My wife and I recently have been going to this Salt Lake convention known as Comic-Con, and then their sister convention, Fan Experience. And since we've been going since, I believe it was 2014, we've been having a huge amount of time, a huge great time. It's been wonderful. And we just got back from the Fan Experience in just last month, and we decided to go full on VIP passes, and it was worth it. It really was. But this convention is bigger than I thought possible for a place like Salt Lake City to put on, and it's amazing the response they're getting. They've just been. It's growing so fast, and it's really good to see that they're getting some A-list people here. And we've met some wonderful celebrities, Jonathan Frakes, Adam Baldwin, we got to meet LeVar Burton. It was the people that we've been able to meet is just fabulous. And we've gotten to see a lot of them on panels, stars from Doctor Who, Firefly, and Star Trek. And I just wanted to share with you some of the stuff that we've brought back, some of the memories, show you guys some pictures, some video I've taken, lots of cosplayers, and it's been really cool stuff. But finally went gold passes for Comic-Con in September last year, and this is my gold pass. Also got a t-shirt, but it's the same logo here on a t-shirt, and I opted for a Shield lanyard. On that trip, we picked up several authors' autographs, and it was really awesome to meet some of these gentlemen. I think this was the big highlight for us in September, was to meet all of these authors. Especially for my wife, because she's been reading these guys for years, and finally get to meet them, and they are so generous. Very, very good with fans, and I mean, I'm just getting goosebumps talking about it, because to meet these guys in person was just mind-blowing. And they were just so friendly. They get up, they talk to you, they want to hear about what you liked about their books and stuff like that, and it was just wonderful. First one I've got here is one of my wife's all-time favorites, Terry Brooks. And he signed this copy of Genesis of Shannara for her. I also had him sign a copy of the book. I can't remember what the other one was that we had him sign, but this one here is signed by him. And lovely old man. The bluest eyes I have ever seen on an individual. Really nice guy. He got up. He was talking with Karen a lot, and it was just wonderful. It really was. The one that I was really excited about is I got to meet Jim Butcher, author of one of my favorite series of all time, the Dresden Files. It's about a wizard. He's in the phone book under wizard, and his name is Harry Dresden, and it's about his exploits as kind of like this wizard gumshoe, and it's just a wonderful story. It all takes place modern day, but to hear him, I got to go to one of his panels and listen to him talk about his books. I also got to meet him in person, and it was such a such a great guy. I got to ask him a question I've been just bugging to ask anybody for a long time is, throughout the books, Harry Dresden's persona, how he kind of looks, is he has a carved staff, he has this pinnacle amulet that he wears, and a leather duster trench coat that his girlfriend had given him. But one thing I never understood, and it's never said in the books, is that this man doesn't wear a hat. But obviously in all of the book art, he does. And Mr. Butcher was really kind to explain to me that it's because the publishers wanted a persona look to Harry, at least on the covers, that said wizard. And the most stereotypical imagery for a wizard is a hat. So they gave him this really cool-looking fedora. And a lot of the cosplayers that I've met, in fact, I met one when we were at FanX just last month, and he really looked the part. He looked great. But he, of course, was wearing the hat, so I kind of had to go, okay, sure. You know, I'm kind of a purist that way, but I mean, Jim Butcher, what a wonderful man to meet. He's so goofy and fun, and there's his signature there. And oh man, just to meet him was I was geeking out so bad. I mean, it's just I had a hard time getting my question out at first because I was just I froze up. It's like, oh my god, he's standing right in front of me. There was one other author that Karen met. The name escapes me at the moment. She was very excited to meet him, and we got a book signed by that gentleman. And then the other one, me and my friend Matt were really excited to meet this guy, and Karen's read a couple of his books as well, and it's R.A. Salvatore. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing his name right. Salvatore, I've heard Salvatore, but again, a very generous man, very, very cool with fans. He was lucky. He took a picture with us, and it was really, really cool. But so he signed this directly to Karen. There's the signature there. And I mean, again, all these encounters with these authors was just wonderful. And Comic-Con in 2015 was a very, very crowded place. They really packed that house big time. They had some people from Walking Dead and a couple other shows we didn't really care about, but we got to see just about everything we wanted to see out of that one. Alan Tudyk came out, and then we got an opportunity to meet him again back at FanX, and he was a great man, really, really cool. Another thing we got to do is we went by one of these booths that does these really awesome custom art t-shirts. It's called a T-Turtle, and I bought a t-shirt from them. It's a Charmander from Pokemon, but he's dressed up to look like a black mage from Final Fantasy. So I thought that was really cool. And then I also got this print. It's Pikachu as the Emperor. So I had to grab that. That was pretty fun. All right, what else do we have here? Also, the Saturday morning of Comic-Con, the third and final day, the lovely, lovely pairing of Tracy and Laura Hickman. And they do this at practically every convention that they do, and they call it the Killer Breakfast. It's this panel where they will grab people from the audience, bring them up on stage, and make them role play these absolutely ridiculous characters that are going to die very, very quickly. And I got an opportunity to go up and play, and Tracy, he's this great DM because he'll do just these random adventures of different stories. They're pretty familiar. We were trying to get rid of the One Ring, but of course we always got distracted. They were at Bilbo's party and stuff started to explode, and I think somebody drowned in the punch bowl. And then we got to these cliffs, and one of the guys said, "Well, I'm gonna climb down the cliffs," and I show up and it's like, dude, I have your rope right here, because he had already fallen and died. So I can't remember how I died though. I think I got crushed by a boulder. That's what it was. But I mean, Tracy and Laura Hickman, what a wonderful couple. Very, very kind folks. Lots of fun. Tracy Hickman in particular and Margaret Weiss write some of my favorite books, the Dragonlance series, if no one's ever familiar with them. And I was lucky enough to have Tracy Hickman sign up here, or sign down here, right here, and then later on, Karen's friend Amber was able to go to one of the fan experiences that we couldn't go to, but Margaret Weiss was there, and I feel so bad that I didn't get an opportunity to meet her, but I had Amber take my book along and she signed it for me. So there's that. It was really kind of a giddy thing to get this in my hands. It was really cool. And then moving to the fan experience that we went to later on, like I said, we decided to go full VIP passes. Wonderful way to go about that. I opted for a new lanyard. This has got a bunch of Keyblades on it, because I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan as well. And there we got to meet a couple of the celebs that we've been wanting to meet for a while. And it was a wonderful experience. And we got to meet LeVar Burton, who plays Geordi LaForge in Star Trek Next Generation. Also, a lot of people will know him from the show Reading Rainbow. He was part of bringing that show to life, and to hear him talk about the show, and he's recently rebooted it, and it's reached a lot of new people, and a very successful Kickstarter campaign, or I think it was Indiegogo, I can't remember which, to get that going. So that was really wonderful to meet him. A very friendly gentleman, and didn't feel intimidated by him at all. When I met Jonathan Frakes, one of his co-stars, I just froze, because he was like, "Oh my God, Will Riker's sitting in front of me, my favorite character." It's just like, oh man, I was just a mess. All right, and the other person that we were able to meet, one of Karen's favorite characters, one of mine too, is Alan Tudyk, and he was a wonderful man to meet. Very goofy and fun in person, and if anyone's seen Serenity, this is something he started doing with his signatures, as he writes, "I am a leaf on the wind." And he told this wonderful story about how he was signing an autograph. He started to write that, and the girl in front of him who was signing this too would just started bawling and breaking down. Like, why would you write that? You know, because, well, spoilers, his character dies right as he's trying to say this line, and it was really heartbreaking. But Alan Tudyk's done a great, very palette of work, but we mostly know him for the movie Knight's Tale, Firefly, of course, Serenity, and he was just wonderful. Another thing that he's done recently is he did a web series called Con Man, and it's all about a guy who was famous for a TV show that only lasted one season, and it was a spaceship show, and now he's going to all these conventions to meet these people, and he gets a little disillusioned. But then we spotted a couple more artist booths that we wanted to check out, and we walked by this booth, and we could not believe this piece of artwork of Kaylee. I hope I can get it all in the frame. Of Kaylee from Firefly giving thanks to a bowl of strawberries. We just both saw this picture and said, "Oh my God, that's going in our living room." It's just a beautiful piece of art. I'll go and move it a little bit closer, but she looks so pretty in that, and this is just wonderful. I love this picture. And the other one that we found is a crew picture of Star Trek Next Generation, all the major characters, and ironically enough, we have seen all of these people at the Comic-Con now, except for Patrick Stewart. His panel was so packed we couldn't get in because we didn't have VIP passes then. But everyone else we have seen, and it was really interesting to pick this up. And it says, all right, we're going to put that over the TV, because my wife and I are both fans of Next Generation Star Trek, and it'd be really cool to have something like this, because we actually started rewatching the series again after we got back, and it's been a wonderful re-experience of the series. And then late on the second day, I missed something. Late on day 3, we were trying to find this booth for a friend of ours, and it was the Blind Ferret booth. Blind Ferret is a webcomic company. They do several different comics, but the one that got us early on when Karen and I first got married, started playing World of Warcraft, there was this comic called Looking for Group, and the comic stars several different characters. The two that are most notable is an elven paladin and an undead warlock. The undead warlock's name is Richard, and a good friend of mine, or well, you know, Blackie, he really got into Richard and really enjoyed it. And even at one point, we were doing a role-playing campaign. He's like, I don't know what to build, and I just looked at him and said, make Richard. And he did. There's a whole nother story there. But we got to meet the guys who make this comic, and it was really, really exciting. They were awesome guys. They were really down to earth. A lot of fun. And they gave us a few choice items that we bought from them, and they signed some of this stuff, which was really, really awesome. I got the artist to sign this awesome playmat of Richard and the fork, I think it's the Fork of Truth or the Fork of Destiny, I can't remember which, but then down by the logo there, he signed it. And this is a beautiful playmat. I'm probably going to use it, or I don't know yet. I haven't decided. And then one of the stories in Looking for Group is that Richard gets shrank. And he has to find a way to get back to the party and to get his power back because he's just tiny. And he employs the services of a dire rabbit named Pony. He named him Pony. Gave him a saddle and everything, and it goes, "For Pony!" And, artist also signed him right here, and this is a plushie of Pony. And Karen absolutely loves this little guy, and our friend Matt bought him for her, and it was just wonderful, this little guy here. And then the other really nice, really fun little piece is I was looking at the booth, and I saw this little cage down on the wall, and it was full of miniatures, and I'm just crazy for miniatures, and I spotted one, and it was of Richard in pewter, and I was like, holy crap, we've got to buy that. I'm probably going to go to Blind Ferret's website and buy more of these, get the whole party, but yeah, Karen's going to paint this guy up. Should be a lot of fun. Another one I've got is a little Lego figurine of Richard, which I gave to Blackie. I knew he would like something like that. And I think I have shown everything. I've also been showing you pictures, of course, as I've been talking to you. But thanks for listening to me ramble, and thank you all for watching, and we'll see you later. Thank you again.